Joined now by newly minted Vancouver Canucks prospect Sawyer Mynio. Sawyer, first of all, just wanted to congratulate you on being selected at the 2023 NHL Draft. Now, let's flash back last month. You were in Bridgestone Arena in Nashville when you heard your name called by the Canucks. Can you take me through, how you were feeling when you heard your name called over that PA on that second day?
Yeah, I was feeling great. Obviously waiting there patiently for a little bit when it hit the third round, I think it was kind of my time that I knew I was going to go. So, just being there, being the whole experience, being there, it was fantastic.
Now, did you have an idea that, the Canucks were thinking about taking you once they were back on the board in that third round? Were there any, conversations prior to the draft between the two groups?
Yeah, for sure. I think I definitely had some good talks with them throughout the season at the combine for sure. I think, they're probably one of the top teams that most interesting to me. So I think, I kind of had an idea in the back of my mind.
Now, with your first development camp already being in the books, we just got to ask, how did it feel to suit up for the first time in NHL colors with an NHL organization? And, what do you like most about being a Vancouver Canucks in the short time that you've been a member?
Yeah, it was great. Just soaking every experience in, just everything we do with all the guys there, all the staff, and just soaking it in as a young guy. I think that's the biggest thing. I think the probably the coolest part is I'm 3 hours away from my hometown in Kamloops here. It's like a hometown team, kind of home province team. I think that's one of the coolest parts about it, is just being so close to home.
Now, following the development camp, the Canucks social media did share a video of all the prospects hiking up Grouse Mountain with the grouse grind. Now, can you tell us a little bit about that experience and really how difficult something like that would be?
Yeah, that was very difficult. It's pretty much 3 kilometers straight uphill, and you're sprinting up it. It's kind of a race, so it's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done for fitness or whatever. So yeah, that was super tough.
Now we're gonna switch gears a little bit, back towards the draft, but the Thunderbirds had a really big representation among WHL clubs. Along with yourself, five other of your teammates got selected at the draft. Now, it's obvious there's something in the water in Kent, Washington. So, what can you tell me about the Thunderbirds organization and why the folks over there excel at, churning out NHL caliber prospects like yourself?
Yeah, I think it's just something they do over there. I guess the coaches are great. The GM's great with Bill. I think just first class organization. They want us to get better. It seems like the last 2 years we've had some of the best teams in the WHL. I think just the players they get, the players they want to work with. There's all guys who want to get better and all guys who want to win. So I think that's the biggest part.
Now, sticking with that thought for a second, obviously being drafted is a special day as a whole, but what did it mean to you to get selected with five of your teammates at the same time?
Yeah, it was awesome. I think there's 4 of us there at the draft. So just to be able to see them when they get drafted is definitely a really cool experience. And to hear two other guys who weren't at the draft, but who had late birthdays and things like that. I think it was definitely special to see them go. I think it means a lot for all 6 of us that went this year.
Now, before you became a Vancouver Canuck prospect, you were a WHL champion and then a Memorial Cup finalist. Take us back to that crazy month of May and the early bit of June when you won the WHL Championship Series in front of a home crowd, and then headed to your hometown of Kamloops, where in front of your family and friends, you took part of the Memorial Cup and finished second. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was great. Just obviously winning the WHL, that was something super hard to do, and I was super proud of all the guys. Last year we just came up short, losing to Edmonton in the finals. So I think just we wanted it more this year, and then obviously in the Memorial Cup, I think just being there, playing it. Obviously we didn't win, but obviously just getting that chance to play in that moment, I think that's something you're never gonna forget, and it was super cool.
Now, shifting our focus towards the upcoming season here, what's on the go for you for the rest of summer as you gear up to, not only defend your WHL championship with the Thunderbirds, but, you prepare for your first full training camp with the Canucks?
Yeah, I think just getting back in the gym. Obviously, it's been a quick turnaround from the end of my season to starting training up again. So I think just adding size to my frame. I think that's probably the biggest thing for me is just getting a lot stronger, a lot faster, and just heavier overall. So I just going into Canucks camp like that, I think that'll help me a lot.